Let's take a look at canola. My name is Trent Klarenbach with Klarenbach Research. Today is May the 13th, 2025, and canola's been on a nice little tear here. We've been feeling good about canola. We've been anticipating a rally in canola back in the fall. We didn't panic down here in September. We thought buyers could step in. They did. Started to get really nervous at the retest this trend line that maybe our thesis was incorrect, but since we tested that trend line and it's two trend lines, and we've seen a nice little rally since then. And right now, today's close was above, let's say 730, 729.70 on the nearby, and it's approaching our level of interest between 733 and 745. We wrote about this at least a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. That's a level of interest where we think we could find some level of resistance. There's a little bit of action going on here, some resistance or some previous resistance, previous support. That could slow the price down a bit. But I mean, really, this thing looks like it wants to go higher. It wants to get up to this 200-week moving average. I think it wants to get up to this, 798 fib level, say 800 for a round number. But I'm not sure how it's going to get there. But right now, the market is telling us we want to stay long. We want to be wary of a couple different things. The 733, 745 level of interest of mine. And we also want to be aware of our time frame. So these markets don't typically go up in a straight line. So if you need to make some sales in the next little while, that could be a good opportunity. I don't know if we're going to find resistance here, or if the price is going to just keep going straight up in a parabolic manner. But maybe just be wary that if you need to make some sales and that we pull back down to the 700 level, even lower to this previous resistance is possible. We can't rule that out because these things don't go up in straight lines. And we saw this here. Look at this nice little strong rally, a strong sell-off, another strong rally, another strong sell-off. And then that's, it's been a kind of a mixed bag, and now it's very difficult to trade canola if that's what you're trying to do. Let's take a look at the new crop. This is November 2025 contract month, and I wanted to publish this on the weekend, but I didn't get around to it. But basically, take a look at this here. We're going to draw there's a little box here. Let's see if I can find the box. And we'll draw this little box through here, and this is, it has been trading in this quite a wide zone from 675, say, down to 575, $100 range here since February. This is the November contract, and now it's breaking out above there. So there's some previous resistance or previous support here could act as resistance. But I mean, you look at that nearby contract chart and it's going up. If you can make some sales here, I guess, even book a profit. There's nothing wrong with a profit, but right now this chart is suggesting to us, or telling me anyways, that this is going to go higher. Anticipate a retest of this 676 level. And we talked about that in the previous chart. Things don't go up in a straight line, but right now you want to look for signs that the market's starting to slow down. And well, we're not getting that yet, but maybe we start to see that in a couple of days when we get back to this level of interest in mine between 733 and 745. So the market's telling us to stay long, but it's important to know your time frame and know your profit level. You can book a profit, and you can always own it back on paper. And maybe we get a chance to own it back on paper and a pull back down to 700, or heaven forbid 680, somewhere in there. But yeah. All in all, it's looking very good for canola, and I like the sign of this. I like how this chart looks, and I'm bullish. My name is Trent Klarenbach, sunny in Saskatoon. Life's good.